Hi guys, Hunter here, and today I will be showing you a deck check on Flareon Delphox. You can call it what you want. I couldn't think of a good name for this deck. I really couldn't. But anyway, starting off, we will have 3 Flareons from Generations. Flareon Full Art and then 2 Half Arts. Obviously everyone knows what Flareon does. Flash Fireballs during your turn before your attack. You may move a Fire Energy from one of your Pokemon to this Pokemon. So, any Pokemon on the bench, any of them got Fire Energy, move it forwards. Works well with Delphox, especially if he was the last attacker. And then Blaze Ball does 50 damage, plus this attack does 20 more damage for each Fire Energy attached to it. So it can do a lot of damage, especially when a Fire Energy is attached to it. That's the main attacker in the deck anyway. I personally like the Full Art's artwork because it's so cute. The Half Art's just as cute, but the Full Art's there. I'm sorry, the Full Art is me all over. Anyway, yeah, that's the main attackers. Next, we have the Delphox line. Obviously, everyone knows what Fennekin does from Fates Collide. This is as well. Flip a coin. If heads, switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. So it's basically a coin flip for Lysander. Attack there. God, that's a mouthful, isn't it? It's an attack version of Lysander. Breakson has Destructive Flame, 20 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Straightforward attack, really. And then there's Crackling Ribbon. Does 30 damage for a DC or or just 2 Fire Energies. Then there's Delphox with from Fates Collide as well. Flickering Flame does 40 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. Psystorm 20 times damage. This attack does 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to all Pokemon in play. You would have seen this Pokemon in my Mewtwo deck from Wonder Battle Wednesday. It didn't get used, yes, but in this deck, it will, if you desperately need to get it out, that is. Yeah, if you desperately need a backup attacker, Delphox line is probably your best bet, because it does a sugar load of damage. Next, we have my usual draw supporter, Artillery. Obviously, remember, you should all know what it does by now. Wild River, switches Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Water Gun does 20, from water and colourless and so on, yeah? The main thing with this card is Artillery. Bit of hand, during your turn, you may draw up cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. Then Hug for 2 water and 1 colourless. You do 40 damage, the defending Pokemon cannot retreat during your opponent's next turn. Straightforward card. In all fairness, you should all know what it does by now. Next, we have Banelby from Primal Clash. Now, it's a bit of a random card to play, yes, but I play it for the Barrage Ancient Trait, as well as the Rototiller attack. Shove a card from your discard pile into your deck. Yes, it will get back into your hand, but hey, it gets you back into your deck and you can get the card back. You use this as much as you can. Honestly, you would have to use this as much as you can in this deck. Until it dies, that is, anyway. You can also disrupt your opponent with Burrow, which discard type card to your opponent's deck. It's a good card all in all. I just like it for the Barrage, so you can use Rototiller to get cards back. Next is 2 Carbinks from Fates Collide. With the Safeguard ability, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon EX. Yes, I may run EXs myself, but if you're stumped and you're trying to power up, say, Delphox, it's a great time buyer. Especially if your opponent runs a lot of EXs, they're screwed where this is concerned. Also, you can power it up quite quickly with Strong Energy. I don't really need this deck, but it would work. Next, we have N from Fates Collide. Each player shifts his or her hand into his or her deck, then draw a card for each of his or her remaining prize card, basically. So you draw, say you got 6 prize cards left, and you want the 6 prize cards, you get a back. But say if your opponent has 6, they get their 6 back, and they've only got 1 card in their hand from the shuffle. You know what I mean? It's a great destruction card, but also can lead to your death. Let's just say that it can lead to your death, and you would actually see that for yourself in the one of the Wonder Battle Wednesday videos that got uploaded this week, because thanks to me using N, I screwed myself over. Next we have Professor Birch's observations. Shove your hand into your deck and flip a coin. If heads, draw 7. If tails, draw 4. It's basically Risk It for a Biscuit card. Personally, I don't like the card. I only run it because it's an extra draw supporter of an N. But yeah, Birch, it's just as a replacement for any other N's because, yeah, Birch is an annoying card. And then there's one copy of Skylar. Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards so you can get another supporter, you can get rare candy, trainer's mail, whatever you want with this card. It works, let's just say that. It works. I may only play one. There may be an addition to it later on. You can add as many scholars as you like, but I only run the one. Next we have Wally. One from Generations, one from Roy's Guys. Search your deck for a Pokemon that evolves from one new Pokemon in play, excluding Pokemon EX, and evolves a Pokemon. This counts as evolving that Pokemon. Then you shuffle your deck afterwards. And then, obviously, you can use this card on your first turn, or the same turn that Pokemon's in played. But, yeah. Wally is just basically an evolution card. Help you get your Delphox line out quicker, or your Octillery line. Next, we have 2 copies of Blacksmith. Attach 2 fire energy cards from your discard pile onto one of your fire Pokemon. Very straightforward. It's probably the shortest description you would ever see. Actually, no, that's a lie, but yeah, it's a short description of what the card does. Next, we play 2 copies of Lysander. Search your deck switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. So same thing as Fennekin, just no flip, but you have to pay a supporter. I forgot to mention with Blacksmith as well. There's a card in this deck that you would have heard me say in the past that I absolutely hate, but I found a way to make it work for me without having to use Battle Compressor. So, yeah, you'll see for yourself later what that does. But yeah, Lysander to get out your opponent's bench Pokemon like Shaman, Octillery, just to take out the draw support in any way, shape or form. 1 copy of Hexmaniac. If you know what it does, it's until the end of your opponent's next turn, each player in play, in each player's hand and in each player's discard pile, has no abilities. This includes cards that come into play on that turn. So, yeah, it's a major disruption card, especially if your opponent relies on abilities. I've had it used against me a couple of times. I do not like it when it's used against me, but if you can play it after you've used all your necessary cards that you need to use, trust me, it'll do the job for you. Because say if you've already Abyssal handed, you've already switched your energy to Flareon, you're sorted. You don't. The only 2 abilities in this deck is the Flareon and Octillery, if I'm correct. Yeah, Flareon and Octillery. Those are the only 2 ability cards in the deck, and yeah, you're not going to do much. It works. It just works. Next is 4 copies of Max Elixir from Breakpoint. Oh, if you didn't know, Hexmaniac is from Ancient Origins, same with the 2 Lysanders that I showed you. But yeah, next we have 2 Max Elixirs, you call them either personas then. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck, attach your basic energy card you find there to a basic Pokemon on your bench. Shuffle your other cards back into your deck. See, this card works well because it doesn't matter what Pokemon you attach it to, Flareon can retrieve it for you. Remember, you can only move 1 energy at a time with Flareon, but still works like a charm. Next is 3 Ultra Balls. See, I told you you'd see a card that I say I don't like. Yeah, Ultra Ball. I hate the card, but it works. It genuinely works for this deck because the main thing you want to be discarding in this deck is energies only. So you'll see what I mean by that in a sec. But if you know what it does, discard 2 cards from your hand. If you can't discard the 2 cards, you can't play this card. Search your deck. I was struggling with search and switch today, ain't I? Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So you can go looking for Fennekin, Delphox, Braixen, Artillery, Remoraid, the lot. You can look for any kind in the deck basically. That's a Pokemon anywhere. Yeah, play 3 copies of them. I wanted to play 4, but I don't have the 4th. But I think 3 is enough for this deck. It genuinely is enough. Next is 4 copies of Fighting Fury Belt. If you don't know what the card does, the basic Pokemon this card is attached to gets a boost of 40 HP, and its attacks do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Works like a charm. You'll attach it. You can attach it to some different Pokemon. You can attach it to, well, you can attach it to two of the Pokemon. Well, four of the Pokemon in the deck, and that's one of the three Flareons or even Banalbo. But it's up to you who you attach it to. I personally run 4 just in case I need to give Banalby that extra boost. Personally, if the best thing for this deck is if you've lost a Pokemon and you need to get cards back, Banalby's the card you want in the active. Yeah. Right, next we have 2 level balls. You've all seen this card before. I play it in nearly every deck I have, near enough. Search your deck for a Pokemon with 9 HP or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Yes, that may be a bit quick, I'll slow that up for you. Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand. Obviously, it has to have 90 HP or less. Put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. I play 2 copies of it, mainly to get out Artillery, Remoraid, Banalby, Fennekin, Braixen. Pretty much any card in the deck other than the EXs and Delphox. But yeah, I played 2 copies of them. Now, this is where you see what I mean by earlier. I played 2 Professor's Letters, and I don't play any more. And the reason I only play 2 is because you search your deck for 2 energy cards, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. But it's one of them ones. If you've got this in your hand and a Ultra Ball, you can play this, get your 2 energy cards, right? And this is just as a sacrifice because you can get the energy cards back. You can play this, Ultra Ball, the 2 energies that you get out, put them into your discard, get your Pokemon out, right? And then later on, if you need those energies back, you can just Blacksmith, and you get them right back into your hand. But yeah, both Professor's Letters obviously do the same thing, but that's how I use Ultra Ball in this deck. You're only discarding the energies, if you can, that is. Next is a card you will have seen first. This will be the first you've seen of this card on my channel, like some of the other cards in this deck, because I only literally got them this Saturday just gone. Versus Seeker. I finally got them, guys! Yeah, everyone knows what Versus Seeker does. If you don't, here's what it does. Put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand, so you can keep reusing Blacksmith, Lysander, and so on. I'm trying to get more guys, but at the moment, I've got 2. I'm happy I've got the 2. But yeah, that's how Rototiller works. You can keep Rototillering, and you can get VS Seeker back, you can get whatever you want back. And with Banalby's Ancient Trait, Barrage, you can use any attack twice. So basically, you can just Rototiller twice and get both VS Seekers back if you've used them by that point. Or you can just Rototiller twice and get a VS Seeker and something else back if you've only used the one and you want something else back with it. Anyway, next we have 2 Floatstones, one for Artillery, one for Banalby. Like I said, it depends on what you want to attach. You can even run a Tool Retrieval in this deck, but it's up to you. Personally, I run both in case Banalby needs the boost of HP. Yes, it can get it. If it needs the boost of Retreat, you can get it. You know. Obviously, Floatstone, the Pokemon this card's attached to has no retreat cost, so Banalby will get a 0 retreat cost. Next we have, I think it's 2, yeah, 2 Trainers Mail. Yet again, something else you would have seen first on my channel. Well, not first, but first copy of this card you would have seen on my channel. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a trainer card you find there, accept the Trainer's Mail, and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Make sure you shuffle the other cards back into your deck at the same time. You know. Normally people play 3 to 4. I only play 2 because A, I only have 2, and B, you only really need 2 in this deck because you keep reusing them anyway with Rototiller if you can keep it in play. Personally, I'd rather play an item card that does the same thing, but there isn't any in standard at the moment. Next, we have 1 copy of Ecowon to get your 2 cards back, like, Floatstone, Fight Hero Mount, and so on. You can get, say, 2 Fight Hero Mounts on Floatstone, or 3 Fight Hero Mounts, and so on. And yet again, you can keep reusing the cards with Rototiller. Obviously, it does get shuffled back into your deck. That's why, if you've used Skyrim at that point, you Rototiller, shuffle it back into your deck. If you haven't used Skyrim at that point, you can then play Skylar after right, after the opponent's that took their turn, and then you can get it back, and it attaches to a Pokemon if it's still living, and so on. That's just for example for like Floatstone or something. Next we have one copy of Evosoda. Yes, you've seen me play 2 to 3 in the past. I'm only playing 1 because you only really need it for Delphox. Because no other evolution line, Artillery's gotten out with level balls and so on, or, Delphox is the only thing that really needs Evosoda, and the last time you end up using Wally anyway. And then 1 copy of Town Map. Yes, you've seen this card before from my Raticate deck. I play 1 copy because you only need 1 copy, obviously, because you flip your prize cards over, they remain faithful for the rest of the game, so you know what you're taking then. So you could be taking, say, if you've got all your EX's prize and you've only got Delphox attacking, Delphox is weakened, you can get your EX back. Next is 1 copy of Super Rod. Obviously, shuffle 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. I would play Sacred Ash, don't have any. But Super Rod is the next best thing you can probably get. You can shuffle 3 cards back into your deck anyway. The idea of the deck is it's get in, attack, get out, sort of thing. Next is 1 copy of Rare Candy. So you got Fennekin on the bench, you got Delphox in your hand. Boom, Rare Candy, you're done. Yet again, also another reason why I play Ultra Ball, so you can get Delphox into your hand, Scarlet for Rare Candy, or if you've already got Rare Candy, and then, yeah, you just basically get everything back again. Well, everything back again. You just basically have a quick evolution into Delphox. Next we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Fire Energies. And the reason I play 10 is so Evosoda can hit nearly every time. It does get hard sometimes trying to get Evosoda to hit every time, but it's 1-on-1s. If you get it to hit, it'll hit. And then the last card of the deck, 1 DCE to help power up Delphox faster. Because Delphox, yes, it is a fire type, it can probably do more fire energy. No, it doesn't. Because with that Delphox, you do damage for every energy on the field. So, you do 20, 40 with this, 60 with the other card, 60 with another fire energy, your own energies, your opponent's energies. You're basically obliterating anything on the field as long as Delphox is in play. Same with Flareon, really, but you're only doing it for each fire energy attached to Flareon. They both have very similar attacks. Flareon only affects Flareon, Delphox affects every colour on the field. But yeah, that, guys, was the deck. You can change it around however you like, play more Skylers, play more Ultra Ball, it's up to you. Alright, yeah, I'm not saying that you have to build this deck to the exact point. This is just an idea I've had, I put it together, I've tested it, well, I kind of tested it, and you know what, it kind of works. It's up to you how you build it. You can change any card you want in it. It's up to you, like I keep saying. Anyway, I'll be seeing you later, and I will do a Wonder Battle Wednesday with this deck for you.
Had the time of my life.